thing.
Who has questions for Antonio? We'll go to Cole, and then we'll go to Travis.
Antonio, kind of just looking back at the film, what did you guys think you did especially really well in the secondary against Bryce Young?
I think we did a good job. And limited the amount of shots they was able to take on us defensively. We know going into the game that's what they look for. They like to take the bombs, and I think we did a really good job of not allowing them to take the roof off the top of the defense.
And then Nick Saban said last week that you can never you can never out-count a team that maybe is going through some struggles. How do you keep the momentum against a team like Missouri who maybe has seen some struggles themselves?
Going into the game, we were struggling on both sides. So I feel like they're in the same boat as us. They have a point to prove. They have basically a chip on their shoulder. So we got to go into this week just as focused as we were going into last week.
And down front to Travis and Brent.
Yeah, what's made Edrin Cooper so successful this year so far? What have you seen from him and his ability to jump right in?
Edrin is a crazy athlete. He's able to get sideline to sideline and be able to plug the gaps. Just being able to be in our playbook, understanding the plays and the concepts of the defense, and being able just to go out there and play ball.
And what was your favorite part? What is the memory that'll stick out to you the most about that game on Saturday?
Just the overall feeling of winning, being Alabama, Sells making that crazy kick, just being able to be clutch and ice the game like that.
Go to stay down in front. Brent.
Were you born and raised in Illinois?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what brought you to Texas A&M ultimately, if you wouldn't mind just kind of taking us through your recruiting process?
Just the relationship I built with Coach Elko and Coach Fisher. Throughout my whole recruitment, they stayed the same. Like, even when I was drifting away, they stayed solid. They never gave up on me. Even through tough times, I knew I had them in my corner, and that's what you look for in a coach in the program. Yeah. So that's what brought me here.
So what was your first impression, or when was the first time you visited, and so forth, at A&M, and what game, et cetera?
I didn't come to a game. My first game was playing here.
Is that right?
Yeah. My impression, I was amazed. I've never been to such a big stadium, I always wanted to play football in Texas, so I knew Texas football was different, and everything just met my expectations. So.
The last one, Tyree talked about how y'all can't have let the Alabama win be a distraction, I think is the word he used. How do you do that? How do you put this one behind you and then look forward to Missouri?
You just watch film, go into practice, and try to fix the mistakes, use the momentum of the win to go into the next week, but just know that the ultimate task is we have to beat Mizzou. So that's kind of personal for me because it's so close to home. So just going into the game with the mentality as we did last week.
Stay right here and go to the middle. Olin.
Yeah. Antonio, there are a lot of Missouri fans in East St. Louis?
It's kind of half and half, Illini and Missouri. So,
what's it going to be like for you to play that close to home, and do you expect to have a large contingent there to see you?
That's pretty much like the closest game to home. So, it's going to be a lot of people there supporting us. I have some high school teammates that go there, as well as some just friends that go there. So, it's going to be very personal for me to go there and play.
Let's go back to TV row. Go to Mike and then Tyler.
Antonio, I got two quick ones for you. What was the, most surprising reaction you got to Saturday's game? Or it was like someone who reached out that maybe you didn't expect, or something on social media you didn't expect to see?
Just all the love that the 12th man showed after the game, when they stormed the field, and just taking pictures with people. That was an amazing feeling, knowing that the 12th man was behind us like that, and it was just as excited as we were.
And then secondly, you guys obviously played much better on Saturday than you had the previous two games. Is there still another level this team can take up, or was that the best kind of A&M we saw against Alabama?
Oh, no, we most definitely have more levels to get to. It's just more preparation and, like I said earlier, going into the film, identifying the mistakes, going to fix them, and just getting better each and every day.
Stay on TV Road. Go to Tyler.
There were three Aggies named to SEC Players of the Week in all three phases: Tyree Johnson and Zach Calzada and Devon Achane for special teams. So, just what does that say about the complete game that you guys put together, and just kind of how special it was all three phases?
We always say in order to play in that rare air, you have to be able to perform on all three levels of the game. And Saturday, that's what we did. We was able to compete and play at a high level on all three levels of the game. And when you're able to play like that, it's kind of hard to beat you.
Go left side to Zach, then Travis.
Antonio, you guys had kind of gone through a little bit of a drought as far as turnovers go. You were able to get a couple against Alabama. So how much was that an emphasis going in, and how much of an emphasis will that be moving forward?
We knew that we needed to create turnovers in a high game like that. So we was talking about it a lot during the week, being able to just like swarm to the ball, second, third player, attack the ball, try to strip it out. And we did that on a crucial third down play. Damani made a great play in the red zone with the interception. So those are the plays that you need to just help your team win in tight games like that.
Follow up from Travis.
Yeah, I know you just said a few minutes ago that you always wanted to play in Texas. When did that start? How did you kind of realize that's how you wanted to play? What was the story behind that?
I always want my mom to move to Texas so I could play football here because I knew football was just so big here. But through my recruitment, when I came and visit, like it sold me. I fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the 12th man, and now I'm here.
Another follow up from Brent.
Along those lines, and talking about Missouri and being personal, how much did the Tigers recruit you, and did you ever strongly consider them as well?
They recruited me pretty strong. Being so close to Mizzou, it was easily to go up there and visit. So I was up there a lot, but I wouldn't say that I was strongly into them.
Okay, so did you learn about Texas from just, the internet, things like that, or when was the first time you visited this state?
I really haven't visited. I just learned through like the internet, like how much they love football. I think it was like Friday Night Tights, the Netflix show, when I realized like, oh yeah, Texas football is different. But I just knew that I wanted to be in an environment like Texas football while playing football.
So your first visit to Texas in this area was on a recruiting trip, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Cole right here in front on your right.
Brent kind of took one of my questions, but knowing how close you are and having that many fans in the stands that are going to be supporting you, does it make you play with a little bit of a bigger chip on your shoulder?
I wouldn't say a bigger chip on my shoulder. I'd play the same if I didn't have any fans in the stands. I just do what I have to do to help my team win. If that is going out there and making plays or on the sideline cheering my teammates on, I do what I have to do to help my team win.
All right, that's all we have for you. Thanks.
Thank you.